What is up, y'all? Welcome on back to another recap and review of the Shogun series, where I am recapping and reviewing every single episode of this, what was at the time a limited series, but now apparently it's getting a second season. So I'm recapping every single episode of this amazing series, and today I'm here to recap and review episode 4, the Eightfold Fence. So if you have not caught up through episode 4, this is your chance to push pause and then come back. Unless you just don't give a shit, then by all means continue on with this episode, but there will be full spoilers from this point forward. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Toranaga inspects Yabushige's army in Ajaro and departs for Edo. Mariko informs Blackthorne that his crew are in Edo and that they and the Erasmus now belong to Toranaga. Blackthorne is given a home, a good salary, and Fuji, Hiramatsu's granddaughter, as his consort in exchange for training Yabushige's army for 6 months. So Toranaga orders Fuji to be the consort for Blackthorne. She is less than enthusiastic about this. She feels that she has suffered enough at this point and doesn't want anything to do with Blackthorne since he's a barbarian. Great acting here, as you really do get the sense of the anger and the bitterness and the grief that she's going through. And then as soon as Toranaga arrives, he's leaving. He leaves as soon as he gets there. Yabushige is just comical at this point. He always has this eye-rolling look to him. He always has this look on his face like everything is just a massive inconvenience. I will say this, Yabushige, I really enjoyed his character the first time that I watched this series. I think this time around, he's becoming one of my favorite characters. I just think the humor with him is so subtle, but I love his character. This episode really focuses on just how lost Blackthorne is, and I don't mean from like an emotional standpoint. I mean, he is alone in this village, and it seems like he just gets all of the customs wrong. Like him calling the gardener Sama. Mariko corrects him that they don't use Sama for him. So it's just like anytime he thinks he's doing something good or doing something that is respectful to the other Japanese people, he ends up just being wrong. He just tries to be respectful for the most part, but he just doesn't see that the Japanese view people differently. And on the flip side of things, Blackthorne is trapped here. He's unable to go see his ship or see his men. Mariko is there, but he's still alone. He realizes that they might call him Hamamoto now, but he's still a prisoner, just with better living conditions. Omi suggests to Yabushige that in Toranaga's absence, Yabushige can offer the confiscated weapons from the Erasmus to Ishido. I really love how Blackthorne, like, he's petty as a motherfucker. He just doesn't let shit go whatsoever, especially between him and Omi. Calls him a shit rag and a fuck smear, and then the drama with him just not giving up his guns. Really looking forward to these two clashing at some point. And speaking of which, some great line delivery there from Cosmo Jarvis. Adds some humor to a more bleak and serious show. I can't say enough how much I just enjoy it when he calls Omi a fuck smear. Mariko translated it to with the utmost respect. I just thoroughly enjoy those moments of levity that are just sprinkled throughout these episodes. And then we also get some more development of Mariko here, where she is such a tortured soul. She claims that death is always in the air. They are surrounded by death, and it can come for you at any time. There's backstory there that we really haven't learned yet, but the performance here is just phenomenal because she's able to show the audience that there's this deep darkness inside of her, and we still don't know like completely why she is this tortured soul. But just from her performance, it teases a lot of what's to come for her tragic backstory. Now, there is a scene with a baby earthquake, so to speak, that doesn't look great at all. It's overexposed and the background just looks fake, which is something that I've come to notice on this rewatch of Shogun. The distant backgrounds just don't look great, and it's mostly due to lighting. I know I said this on the last episode review where they're on the ship, and I was like, man, there's just something wrong with that scene. It's just so overexposed that it looks fake. And then I really enjoyed the scene overall between Mariko, Fuji, and Blackthorne inside the home, where he offers his gun and she offers him her family swords. Both are trying their best to learn about the culture of the other, and Mariko is playing peacekeeper here. It's a nice quiet moment between these three characters, and it's capped off with Blackthorn trying natto, which is fermented soybeans. Just a great scene overall. It adds some more levity to a very tense show. And then we have Omi planting a seed in Toranaga's son's head and basically doing like some reverse psychology on him to make him be the one that starts the war. He wants to handle things himself and not have to depend on his father. Ishido's retainer Yozen arrives and tells Yabushige to return to Osaka and pledge his loyalty to the remaining regent. Knowing that this will likely end in his death, Yabushige invites Yozen to stay the night and witness a demonstration of the cannons the next day. And then we have this really great moment at a hot spring between Blackthorn and Mariko. We finally get some time with them just talking about themselves, really fleshing out these characters slowly but surely. We know something tragic has happened in Mariko's past and that recently Toranaga has offered a resolution to it, but we don't know what exactly. But all that leads to the moment that they have sex for the first time, which I didn't notice the first time that I watched, but she denies them having sex the very next day. Definitely did not catch it. What I've noticed from Mariko in this specific episode is she is attracted to Blackthorn more so than just getting to know him and her recently losing her husband. Like, it's not like a rebound type of affection towards him. I think the idea of being free excites her because she does mention that in this episode. She doesn't have to be so prim and proper with him like she has to be with other Japanese men. So I think the idea of it just being exciting to her is why she's so attracted to him. Because if you look back at these first 4 episodes, yeah, we've gotten some time spent with them, especially this episode more so than the first 3. So I don't think there's a ton of time there spent between these two characters to really give you the idea that, oh, they're falling in love. But I think right now, with her sleeping with him, I think there's more to it than just, oh, I love him, I'm attracted to him. I think there's some freedom there. There's something that makes it exciting and scary to her that she's just willing to have sex with him. The next day, during the demonstration, Toranaga's son takes matters into his own hands and kills Yozen and his men with chain shots from the cannons. And while that is where we end this episode, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, because this particular scene is really good. It was definitely one of those cliffhanger style endings where you're like, dude, come on, give me the next episode right now. But what I want to highlight more so from this scene than some of the other scenes is Mariko. Anna Sawai, the actress that plays Mariko, home run casting choice. Okay, she's easily the best character of the show and the best actor in the show, period. And I know I've said that on episodes 1, 2, and 3. And guess what? I'm going to continue saying it on episodes 5 through 10 because I do think that she deserves every accolade, every award that she gets for the show because she was absolutely phenomenal. When Toranaga's son attacks Ishido's men to declare war, just really great acting from her here. She really sells that terrified feeling now that shit is going down between the clans. It's all facial acting. You can tell on her face that she is just absolutely terrified of what the future has in store for her friends and her family. But overall, I thought this was a great episode. I really love the quieter, slower moments between Blackthorn and Mariko here. I know I've been kind of craving that over the last couple episodes, and they do take a little time to develop that relationship. And I really appreciated that we spent a majority of this episode doing that. But it's also a little bit of a pivotal episode where now shit is officially going down between Ishido and Toranaga's clans. So it's going to be interesting to see where that leads in the subsequent episodes. But guys, let me know down below what you thought about episode 4. What were some of your favorite moments from this episode? And while you're there, hit that like and subscribe button. Really helps us out. But with that being said, that's going to be it for me. I will catch y'all next time on another one. Laters.